So, am I the only one that noticed a massive foreshadow Gege actually kept in this latest chapter? So, hear me out. What's up, guys? It's Richard from Heels101 back again with another video. And in today's video, we want to talk about the latest chapter of JJK, which is 249. So, before we start this video, you know what to do, right? Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you share. And also, you can try joining our Discord server, which is going to be down in the description and down in the comment section. I'll really appreciate that. Let's try to grow that community little by little. So without any further ado, let's just jump right into this video. So the first thing we notice about this manga chapter is we jump right back to Yuta and Kenjaku, and we see that Kenjaku is officially defeated because of the fact that his own contingency plan was to make sure that Sukuna had direct control of the calling games. Now, does this mean that this is the end of Kenjaku as a character? As much as I would love to say that this might be the definite end of Kenjaku, I just have that small feeling that Kenjaku is still alive. I have a feeling that he still has a lot of things to do. I have a feeling that this is Gege trying to pull one over on everybody reading this week. I just don't want to think that this is the end of Kenjaku. Like, maybe this is me coping. It's not as if Kenjaku is like my favorite character. It's just that I just feel narratively he has a lot of things that he needs to do in the story, and the fact that he's gone, like, I don't really know if this is really the end of Kenjaku. And we jump back to our boy Sukuna, and this is where I feel Gege kept a massive foreshadow that a lot of people I think are really missing on this key point, which is when Yuta says that the output of Sukuna's course technique is gradually returning, that it's just a matter of time before Sukuna can use his domain expansion. Now, this is the massive foreshadow I'm talking about. Now, if I know Gege, which I do, because trust me, I do, I have a feeling that this is going to play a massive role in the upcoming chapters that are about to come. Now, what do I mean? Eventually, Sukuna regaining his domain expansion is going to be what will stop Yuta and Yuji from actually delivering the final blow. I have a feeling that this is Gege trying to set something up. So in case if a lot of people start saying Sukuna has plot armor, if a lot of people start saying, wow, this is an ass pool, Gege can always say that it was stated in this chapter that Sukuna's reverse course technique output is returning, which means that his domain is around the corner. Now, this actually proves something, that Sukuna cannot use his domain expansion currently, according to the narrative of the story. Now, before in my previous video, I was so certain that Sukuna could actually use his domain expansion. And the reason why he didn't want to use his domain expansion was because there was no need to actually use his domain expansion. But now it has been stated that Sukuna cannot yet use his domain expansion, but is gradually going to be able to use his domain expansion. Now, the big question is, can Sukuna still use the 10 shadows? Because I still believe that Sukuna should be able to use the 10 shadows. And why? Because at the end of the day, it is still Megumi's body. And how we know that this is still Megumi's body is because when Kenjaku passes the role to Sukuna, he passes the role to Megumi, which means that at the end of the day, so far this is still Megumi's body. Sukuna should in theory be able to use the 10 shadows. So I still believe that Sukuna can actually use and utilize the 10 shadows. And we can see from the manga chapter that Yuta somewhat blames himself for the fact that Iguruma is officially gone. But then again, he says that he had to do what he had to do, which is taking care of Kenjaku. And we see that Yuta finally wants to finish this and he opens his domain expansion. And now from what we can see, definitely his domain expansion somewhat looks like Shiro's reality marble from Unlimited Blade Works, which I don't know, I just find it cheesy. Like, that is so generic at the end of the day, because like, I don't know why I'm feeling that it's so generic, because I expected something more, honestly speaking. So like, maybe that's just what I feel. And we can see that Yuta's domain expansion has the ability for him to use all of the copy abilities he has acquired across through his lifetime. And this is just amazing because this is so overpowered in the sense that he can continuously use Jacob ladder, which he's using currently. That's the reason why Sukuna is using the aloe wicker basket, because he doesn't want that to directly affect him. And while doing that, he can also use multiple copied abilities that he has acquired over the few years, and which shows that Yuta is on another level in of himself. Like, this really confirms that Yuta might be the third or fourth strongest character currently in JJK because of how overpowered his domain expansion is. So we have to give respect where respect is due. And this is where Sukuna breaks down everything. And this is one thing I love about Sukuna as a character, because Sukuna isn't just raw strength. Like, this is something I explained in my last video. One thing that makes Sukuna such a compelling and such a very fun villain is the fact that not only is he very powerful, he is very well educated. He's very smart, he's very well educated, and he's just so knowledgeable about so many things. Within the few seconds of him being trapped in Yuta's domain expansion, he was able to summarize the strategy that they want to use against him, and now he knows that Yuji has a very big role to play in his downfall. And this is something again that really got me, was that towards the ending of the chapter, we could see that Sukuna congratulates Yuji, saying that finally at least you have a role. Now, I'm going to make a video on why I feel that Sukuna has a little bit of inferiority complex when it comes to Yuji. Now, I'm pretty sure that you're going to be confused, so just wait for that video to come. Trust me, I'm cooking, and when I cook, I'm sure you're going to understand why I feel that Sukuna has a little bit of inferiority complex when it comes to a character like Yuji Itadori. And so the chapter comes to an end, and now we all know that Sukuna has been finally able to break down what their strategy is. We all know that Yuji's essential role is being able to somewhat pull Sukuna and Megumi Soul apart. So does that mean that this is Yuji's course technique? I don't really know, so I don't want to make any guesses as of now. I want more information to come before I start making any speculations or anything like that. But honestly, this was overall a very nice chapter. Like, it was really an eye-opener seeing so many things. And honestly, as much as I would love to say that Yuta would weaken Sukuna to an extent, I can't really say that because of the foreshadow I think Gege kept in this chapter. The fact that Gege alighted that Sukuna's domain expansion might appear anytime soon shows that Yuta might be in a lot of trouble, honestly speaking. But that's just my opinion. What do you think? I would love to hear your comments down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed my video, you know what to do. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. Also, make sure you check out my previous video. I really talked about why Yuta versus Sukuna is not close, and that is why honestly I feel that Sukuna is going to win Yuta, because at the end of the day, this is more, it comes down to experience, which Sukuna has more than Yuta. So make sure you watch that video. And also too, there are multiple videos. There is a 5 misconception about Gojo versus Sukuna. There is also Heian era Sukuna versus Gojo. There are a lot of videos. Make sure you check that out. Make sure you share, make sure you like. I'll really appreciate that. And yeah, that'll be all for today's video. Make sure you anticipate the next one I'm about to do, because trust me, I honestly feel Sukuna has a little bit of inferiority complex when it comes to Yuji. So watch out for that video. And honestly, I really appreciate the support and the likes and everything. I really do appreciate. So yeah, that'll be all for today's video, guys. One more time, do have a nice day.